Okay, baby, I'm going live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Carmen with Elemental Designs, and today we are going to be creating a floating teacup. So just give me a second while I get everything together now. And let's see where we are. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, just making sure everything is good to go. And yes, hello, beautiful. How are you? How are you doing today? Well, I know how you're doing today. So yes, I have some stuff. I bended a fork. Hopefully, this will be good. And I got some little trinkets here and there that we're going to be using. I'm not really sure what yet. I just pulled out a whole bunch of stuff to see how this goes. This is my very first time doing this. And let's see what happens. Hello, Kathy. Yes, me too, Kathy. I'm so eager to learn this as well. This is going to be the very first time. So we'll see what happens. So the first thing I'm going to start doing, well, actually what I did is I actually glued a little piece of fabric onto the cup on the inside, just to hopefully give me more stability when I go ahead and hot glue the fork onto it. So unfortunately, I didn't have any gold forks, but I'll be able to fix that up. So I glued a little piece of fabric. It's not necessarily something that I saw, but I just figured that maybe it would be it would hold better if it had something with some actual texture on here on the inside to hold on to. So this is the little tea set that I got, and I got it at the thrifty store. So super cute. This got like gold and like some not silver, but like a gray. So it's like gold and gray, and then like some cream color. Super cute. And I think this can kind of go in any direction. So we'll see what happens. Girl, we all on a small scale. We're all on a small scale. Another option for you, let me see if I can pull this out, is to actually make a paper cup. I have some clips in this one. But you can also do this with a paper cup, so you don't even have to go ahead and get this. You can actually do something very similar with a paper cup, and then instead of having to use like a metal fork, you can use a plastic one or something else to kind of create the leverage. And since these are kind of bendy and you can kind of heat them up and kind of make them flexible, this might be a good option to try one. So I'm definitely going to try this at a later point in time, but you can actually paint it and decorate the cup any way that you want. And you can make these in many different sizes. And yes. So I'm going to start by gluing this thing first. And then I have this little fabric, which I was thumbing through my fabrics today with my laces and trims and stuff. And this is not one that I normally go to often, but since I'm going to be dealing with some golds and stuff like that, I figured since the fork was the color that it was, I can use this to kind of decorate it and kind of also give me an area where I can extend some of the flowers and some of the things that I'm going to add on here, and some of the heavier pieces like these boiled clay pieces. What the heck? These boiled clay pieces, because I don't bake them, I boil them. And so I'm going to have some of those. I have some other little different ones that I plan to add wherever I can. And yes. It is really cute. It's got like little stars on it and stuff. So, and the cool thing about these kinds of sheer laces too is that you can spray them with different colors. You can always alter them and change them up. And I also made this paper rose, which I might or might not incorporate. I'm not sure yet. And that's pretty much how that kind of looks. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere in the bottom here. And I got a little box to the side with all kinds of stuff. And then I found these earrings while I was kind of looking through my junk jewelry stuff. And this was gifted to me by a dear friend of mine, Myra. And I figured I could disassemble this and add circles here and there to just like bring it all to life, because that's just me. I like to go where no one has been before. So yes, 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 yes. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. So I'm gonna wipe this down real quick and just get some of this dust off of it, because I did get it at a thrifty store. So just get some of the little fine dust off of it. And see where we travel on this one. See where we go. And I already got my glue gun heating up, and I got some extra sticks just in case. So I think the first thing that I'm gonna do is glue down this thing. And I also have E6000, but that glue stinks to high heaven and it takes a long time to dry. And I kind of wanted to do this live, and I knew that if I did it live, I wasn't going to be able to let it dry. But what I will do is after I'm done with it, I will go into it with like a toothpick or something, and I will add some E6000, especially around the base if I can get to it. And wherever I can get this glue in, I'm going to get it in. And then definitely around this area here, I'm going to try to get some in there, just for extra security. And let's just, well, maybe I don't need this part right now. So I'm just going to add a somewhat generous amount of the hot glue. And let's see where we go from here. Ugh. Why is this thing not wanting to work with me? There we go. Now you're coming out. Okay, so let's get this kind of in there. Okay, so that does pretty well. I'm going to cover the rest of this up just because I want to be sure that this is not going to move. Anyway, hello Sharon. Welcome to my zany adventures here in Elemental Designs world. And so now I'm going to go and try to go ahead and glue this on. So again, I'm going to try to, get this nicely covered where I put that piece of fabric down first. I did glue this on a little bit earlier, so it's nice and dry by now. Pretty much I use Aleene's tacky glue and I use a mixture of Aleene's tacky glue along with, if I can find it, with this Deco Art glue, which is a bead and glitter glue. So I figured if it can hold down beads, be it that some beads are ceramic and glass and all different kinds, and I figured it might be a good deal to incorporate that as well. So I mixed the Aleene's tacky glue with this, and hopefully that'll do the trick and hold that in there. And I'm just gonna apply a generous amount in there and see if this will actually do it for me. I was gonna do this last week, but I was so scared that my thing was gonna fall apart in the middle of the live stream. But I got my nerves up today. Who else is here? Hi, Debbie. How are you? Hello, Dee Dee. You did? Oh no, you're scaring me. It's very heavy. Yes, it does pick up. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So I'm gonna hold this down. Got my little finger thing here. I'm just gonna squeeze this down and see what happens. Let's see what happens. It looks like it wants to hold, but it's very, very heavy. If this doesn't work, you guys, we're gonna do something else. You should tilt the handle down a little first. I did tilt it. I bent the fork, if that's what you mean. Let's see. It took the whole thing off. It took the fabric off. Oh my God, it took the fabric off. This is not nice. This is not nice. So, option number 2, gesso. So let's apply some gesso, you guys. Let's apply some gesso. See, that's exactly what I was worried about happening, but in another way. So let's see. I am determined, but I will give up if it doesn't work. So we'll see. I know, but E6000 just takes so long to dry. I do have it. And my plan is, after I get it all assembled, if I can get it to at least hold itself together, I will go into with the E6000 afterwards and just get it into all the little nudges and areas and all of that good stuff. And then really let it set, you know. But I was hoping that I can get it to, you know, to stay. And I know I saw this one lady, I'm applying a little bit of gesso in this area here. And hopefully the gesso will create enough of a texture for me that it'll glue down. Hopefully. Hopefully. Unfortunately, my favorite glue in the whole wide world, which was the Dollar Tree glue, is no longer the same. It's not the same glue that I used to buy before. The formula has changed. It now starts getting nasty and yellow and stringy. It is just a complete disaster. And so I'm no longer getting that glue anymore. But like I was saying, you could also do it out of paper. So if push comes to shove and this doesn't work, you guys, we're going to go for option B, and I'll make myself, I actually have one in the living room that I already made. Well, no, it's already glued together. All right, I'm going to scratch that. But I'll make a paper one, and I'll do it out of paper. Oops, I have little clips in here. I'll make it out of paper, and then I'll just get the saucer. I'll make a saucer or something, a saucer shape or something, and then make it out of paper. And at least that will be lightweight and should be good to go. At least it should be easier since it's paper and everything glues to paper. Hello, Maria. Hello, Rika. Hello, Sad Girl. Hi, Dana. Welcome to my zany adventure. We're trying to make this work. I've already been told that there's a good probability that it won't, but we'll see what happens. Because the fork at least holds itself together for now. So if I can get a plate, the cup to do the same thing, then we might be in business, you guys. We might be in business. I put a little bit of gesso here, and I'm going to let this just kind of dry. And we'll see what happens. And I got my little piece of trim that I'm going to do the sides with. And I've got all different kinds of pieces here. I got this really cute image of a girl that I want to add in here somewhere. I also made these little top hats. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use them or not. But I made these little top hats, and I figured maybe I can add one to it somehow. I'm very eclectic with the stuff when I do it, like when I do my things. So you might see stuff that you'll be like, how the heck, what the heck, and why? So we'll see what happens. I also have some leftover paper flowers that I did on the last stream, the last live stream. And just a few other little pieces, like little tiny butterflies, and just other little cute things. So we'll see. Who don't listen? Oh, okay. And yes, she's right. I don't listen all the time. I am flawed, you guys. I am flawed. So let's put a little dab of the E6000 on this thing and then see what happens. But the E6000 is wet. Won't it slide? Won't it slide, you guys? Won't it slide? I've applied the gesso. So I think the gesso is pretty dry. So let's try this again. Janet says she don't listen. Janet knows me well. All right, so let's try this again, you guys, and let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna hold it in place, and hopefully you guys can see what this crazy mama jama is doing. Let's get this together like so. I'm gonna add more glue. No, stay. I need something. Maybe one of my little hats. A lot? I know, hold on, Janet. A lot. Don't tell me that. I feel like it's not gonna take if I put a lot. It took the gesso off. Well, you guys, this is definitely starting out to be one of those zany adventures that I'm so known for. So let's try this again. Via the recommendations of my fellow crafters, I'm gonna put a lot. A lot, right? Should I spread it? Should I spread it? Am I gonna have to heat set that thing? Let's see. Go with the paper one. I will. If this doesn't work, I'll go with the paper one. Oh, there goes that glue stick. If this doesn't work, I'll go with the paper one. I think the paper one, it's super fast, super easy to do. Hopefully I'll remember the measurements that I used on my big one, but we'll see. This thing smells. Let's see. I've been looking at this teacup, you guys, for like 2 weeks. It's just been like, I've just been having my eye on it, and I've been wanting to use this so bad. I've been wanting to do this so bad. I mean, I bought it specifically for that. So let's see. If I don't have any luck within the next, it's 6:17. If I don't have any luck within the next, let's say 3 minutes, 4 minutes, if this doesn't hold itself together, then I'll definitely be going for option B, which is paper. Let's see. We had some ladies that did this for the hop, the last hop that we had, the friendship and love hop. I don't know how the heck they did it. I so dislike the way that this E6000 smells. Just gonna hold it there for a few seconds and see if it'll do what I need it to do. Bye. Okay, let's see, let's see. I just added some more glue in here and I'm just holding it in, hoping that the E6000 doesn't go crazy with the hot glue and that everything does a good job. The fork is really hot. How am I gonna put this thing so that it'll stay together? You know what? I don't want to go crazy, but I feel like I'm losing my mind. So let's see. And there it goes. All right, you guys, guess what? We're doing a totally new DIY. We're going to be doing a paper cup floating, a paper floating teacup. Yay, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, you guys, because Carmen has given up. Some say it couldn't be done. Let's put this to the side. And let me just, let's see what I want. Do I want pattern paper? Yeah, let's get some pattern paper, you guys. Let's get some really pretty pattern paper. I still want to keep the theme in there, so maybe this one. Maybe this one will work. That one should work. So let me turn this off for now. I won't need it right away. And let me make myself some room. Yes, Kathy. I saw a lady do it with hot glue, and I thought that it was like, oh, okay, this should be easy. I even said it last week. I'm like, I gotta glue this before I go on, but I'll come back with it probably on the next one, if anything, or I'll come and do a share once I actually, get it together and do it. So let me just pull this up and see. Let me see how big I need this to be. Give me 1 second. Let me just go into my video manager and see the dimensions that I used on my last one. So that I can go right off of my own video. Might as well. So that E6000 really smells bad. I can't see what you guys are saying at the moment, but let's see if I wrote down. Yes, I did. Yay, me, I wrote it down. All right, so let me just write down these instructions real quick, you guys, so that I have the size that I need. So we need a paper that is 8.5 by 6.5, and this is probably going to be a little bit on the smaller side. So 8.5 by 6, and then score at 1.5, 2 3/4, 4, 5 1/4, 6.5, and 7 3/4, right? And then rotate and score at 1 3/8 and 3 7/8. Okay. And these dimensions are based off of a little candle that I bought. That's what I did with them. I put candles in them. So we're gonna do that. So Dana, yes, I should do that. But let me get this going, and then let me at least get this paper scored and ready to go. I so want to do it. So I'm gonna trim my paper at 8.5. That's the first thing that it tells me to do. So 8.5 is, where the heck is the 8.5 line? Right there. Right there. So And I think that's really small. That's really small. Let me see. I might want to just use this whole piece. That's really small. I don't like that. So let's see how I do this. I might have to kind of DIY it a little bit. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm not even going to go by those instructions. I'm going to just wing it, you guys. Let's see. Let's see how far I get. Let's see if my MacGyver kicks in and I can do this. So, I'm going to leave a little edge right about there. Let's see, you guys. Let's see if I can get my MacGyver going. All right, so, where's my ruler? Where's my ruler? This is about 8.5, so I can get 2, 4, 6. That should be about good enough. That should be about good enough. Let's see. I can always trim off what I don't need if I have too much. So 8.5. It's actually longer than 8.5. So the piece that I have here is actually 11 3/4 long by 8.5. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, because I need a little flap to be able to tuck it in. So I'm gonna score first at I'm gonna say about 1/2 inch, no, 3/4 inch. And then I'm gonna go at 2 3/4. And hopefully this will be good enough. 4 3/4. 2, 4, 6 3/4. And hopefully this will be good enough. I keep repeating that, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. 8 3/4 and 10, 2 3/4. So this is where I'm going to score at so that I have a little bit of movement in this paper. Let me grab my little thingamabob over here. And I'm not worried about the bottom because I can always glue a bottom onto that. I still have paper left over, so I'm not going to stress about making it exactly the same as I did the other one. I don't necessarily care so much for the holes in the bottom. On the other one, I think that I can get a round enough shape just by scoring it. So thanks for stopping by, Debbie. So I'm going to use, let's see. Where's, I got it here, but I don't want that one. Maybe I'll use this metal one. So I'm just going to line it up to any specific line and just bring it out. Let's see if this can actually be done this way. And the reason that I folded it over is because I want the inside of the cup to have some kind of design in the inside. Otherwise, you could probably just do it with like a single-sided. But I wanted the cup to be pretty in the inside as well so that I don't have to decorate it. Right? Saves time. Saves time. All right. So now my paper's scored top and bottom. Let's put this down. And let's see. Let's see if the MacGyver brain is working today. So what I'm going to do now is just bring it over. Bring it over. And all your sides should be roughly about the same size, right? Following those measurements. Now what I am gonna do, I should have where I'm gonna try to score it. So let me just get myself and this is more or less what we're going to do with that. Right along this score line. First thing we're gonna do is fold it. Then the second thing we're gonna do is you're gonna grab a scissor and you're gonna snip all of these little pieces. You're gonna snip all of these little bottom pieces here. All of these little bottom pieces here. And if you're looking for the directions on how I did this, you're gonna have to replay the video because I don't remember. I know it was 3/4, every 2 inches. So every 2 inches and 3/4. All right, so we have that going. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna go ahead and this is gonna be my closing end. So see the shape? This is gonna be my closing end, the wider part that's left over. And this is gonna be the part that I insert in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut at an angle right here. And I'm gonna cut this piece completely off. And then I'm gonna cut this at an angle right here. So when I wrap it in, this part should be able to tuck nice and neat in there, and you should still have the rest of the, pieces to kind of go in. And we'll have a nice big cup, more like a mug. So mine's gonna be called the floating mug. If you want it smaller, then I'm gonna advise you to probably cut the paper down to a more narrower strip, so you have a very a smaller cup. But I normally tend to work big for most things, so we're gonna do that. Hello, Vanessa. Well, welcome to my channel. So we're gonna be doing a floating cup for the most part. And while I have this going, I'm gonna go ahead and reattempt. I left my glue gun on. I'm gonna reattempt to glue both pieces together on the actual floating cup and clip it as I was advised by Dana, and see if that'll help me by the time that I'm done with this. If that'll help me get that one going, because I got half a job so far. Got half a job so far done. And then we're gonna figure out some kind of a saucer. I should go ahead and trace this maybe while I have a chance, because this will probably be a good size, right? Yeah, that'll be a good size for a saucer. So let me go ahead and trim this saucer here. And I'm just gonna go right along the edges. My fork is getting in my way. All right, so that's a rough shape, half kind of doily-ish. And that'll be the shape that I cut out for the cup. Maybe something smaller. Maybe I'll decorate the edges. I'm not gonna do it on that paper. I'll get some pretty paper or something and see how we do this. So let me get some clips. Will these work? Okay. I hope that this works. I hope this works. I got so much glue on this thing, you could make a whole nother glue stick. And apply the E6000, right? Before I forget to do that and I get yelled at again. Let's apply some more E6000. Yeah, crazy glue would have definitely done the trick. That's a nice heaping glob of that. Now let's see if I can clip this mamma jamma together. That's not gonna work for me. The clips are not gonna work. Clothespins? Nope. No, I'm gonna end up gluing my clothespins together. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something with this because this is not gonna work. Now I got glue everywhere. How do people do this stuff? I just kind of rested it somewhere. Hopefully it'll hold. I don't know if it will. No, it's not gonna hold. Putting stuff under it to see if... No. I give up, you guys. This is not gonna work for me. I gotta find a way of gluing this thing together. I gotta pull out my bag of clips, and I don't know where it's at right now. I'm very sad. So let's get back to this part. Come on, girl, you can do it. Stack it and leave it. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. What would I do without my support team, huh? You guys could almost get me to jump off a cliff if you told me enough times to do it. So let's see. Let's see. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. This thing has E6000 at the wazoo. Let's see. I need something to weigh this down. What can I get to weigh this down? Maybe I could put something there. Come on, hot glue. Do your job. You're supposed to stick stuff together. That's why we buy you. That's why we rely on you. That's why we support your business. You have my cup looking like sugar melted all over it. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleanup. And it's such a pretty teacup. It's perfect for this kind of project. Okay, let me go put this in another desk and see what I can put on it to hold it down. And I'm just gonna set it and forget it and see what happens. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. It is a mess of glue. Look where your weights. Can you hold this? He's like, heck no. We got stuff to do. Guys, I'm right here. Just trying to hold it together. Mother of pearl. Why is this so hard and complicated? All right, I got it. All right, I got it. I got a props, you guys. I got a props. Yay for me. I got a prop. I got a prop. Sasson didn't want to let me his weights, but it's okay. Told him, let me one of your weights so I could put the weight on it. And he told me he was busy. Isn't that some ish? All right, so we got that going. So now let's work on this piece right here. And I think what I want to do is go ahead and just snip some of these little pieces here too, because we might as well, and turn them into like little tabs. And this is gonna have kind of like a little octagonish kind of shape, but that's okay. I have my plastic fork, which is what I'm gonna use for this one. So that's a total DIY right there, right? We can use some things that we have from when we order food and they deliver. So let's see. Trim that one and trim that one. And we're good to go. All right, you guys. I'm not going to worry about messes right now. I drank coffee today. And those of you that have been with me before, when I have drank coffee, I drink it in the morning and it kicks in the afternoon, evening. So right now I am wired. I am wired, you guys. So what I'm going to do, because I might as well, right? I might as well. I have some glue here. So might as well use it. Just a little dab. I'm not going to do the ends right now, because I'll do the ends once everything kicks into high gear. And again, just making sure that everything folds onto itself nicely. And I guess on this little part right here, since it's the smallest piece, I can put my handle right there, which is another thing I have to figure out, is how to get a handle on that. You need a cup. Girl, after I'm done with that cup right there, that teacup, I don't want to hear about cups for a long time. I don't want to hear about cups for a long time. Keep your cup. Keep your cup. So I glued the two sides together. Now I'm going to go ahead and add this in. And I'm going to pretty much glue both sides. You can use double-sided tape if that's what you have. You don't necessarily need to use the hot glue. I'm using that because it's already on and it's ready. So I might as well. So we have our little shape. And it's more or less round because, again, I left a little tab. So it's got a funky little shape, but it'll do the job. It'll do the job. And then all of these little things are going to click on here. And I have to do something with this. I need to do something with that. So what am I going to do with it? I'm going to cut out a strip of this paper here. And I think what I'm going to do, it's, okay, paper stay. Stay paper. I'm going to put those in like so, and then I'm just going to glue it on and then just trim off all of the little excess from around the edges. That'll work. Easy peasy. No need to go crazy. So, and if it doesn't come out 100%, just remember, you guys, I'm doing this on the fly and I've never done this before. So hopefully, just make sure that the shape that you get is the shape that you want. And you can always add more sides or make sure that this part is, equal to the other sides by, doing your measurements. I kind of just wung it. I wung it, you guys. So my cup is a little weird. I didn't go by the, see this one that I made, the shape was, where is it? The shape came out fine because I followed, more or less the right instructions. And even though I wrote my instructions down, I completely bypassed myself. But so now that that's on, I'm just gonna go ahead and trim this out and save myself the hassle of having to measure it out exactly. This way I can just get a nice flush covering. And if I wanted to cover this with this, I probably could. So I just might, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something else to the back of this. Make maybe like a little scene or something. So now to work on the handle, right? Because we need a handle, you guys. We need some kind of a handle for this baby. So I think for that, I'm going to use this remaining piece that I have left over. Just getting some of this glue, E6000 glue off of it. And I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to fold it in half. Right? That's what I wanted to. I'm going to fold it in half. And this is a little longer than I need it to be. So let's go ahead and fold that down just a smidge. That'll work. I'm gonna cut this off. And let's see. All right, so for my handle, I'm gonna curve this part of it out. I'm gonna score this part of it in. You guys are probably wondering, why am I scoring this part of it in? Because this is gonna be the part that I'm gonna glue to this, like so. So this is gonna be the part that I'm gonna glue to that. But I need these two to be flush. So I'm gonna cut a nice little piece of that off right there. I'm gonna do the same to the bottom, so that when I glue it on, it'll kind of form like a little box right there for itself. And I can glue that part on. Meanwhile, I'll have the shape right here, hopefully, and then I'll just clip it on one end. So this is all a work in progress, you guys. All a work in progress. So we'll see how this goes. So what I'm gonna do now is, I guess, curve this out for myself. Yes. So let's see. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna curve this out, and I'm just pretty much eyeballing it. If you want precise measurements, you can use something that'll round it out for you. But I don't want to remove that piece because that's what's gonna hold my two pieces together, right? So I have that, and now I'm gonna go ahead and kind of draw in. And this is kind of like how my mind works for the most part, kind of works on the fly. So like a letter D. Right? Something like that. So you have some kind of a handle in there. Then I'm gonna grab my dirty little glass. It's a cutting mat, and I put all kinds of stuff on it, from paint to gesso to everything, and it's always dirty, so I only clean it every now and then. Don't judge me, don't judge me. So here we go. I'm gonna try to hold these things together as much as I possibly can, and I'm gonna try to get this in as straight of a line as I possibly can. And then just doing this like so until I cut out my little D shape. Come on, come on. How the heck did that even happen? How did you go on only one side? Why are you torturing me? I literally only cut through one paper. right? Yep. I don't want to double cut the other side, so let me just try to follow this outline, and hopefully that'll do what I need it to do. And let's see. I can hardly see it and I have glasses on. Let's see, let's see. So let's see. And this is what I call crafting on a fly, you guys. All right, so we got our little handle. And now what I'm gonna do is glue this one on top of the other. And actually, to make my gluing experience a little bit easier, I'm gonna just trim off some of this so that one side is a little shorter than the other, and that's the side that you glue in. So that this is kind of flush. And then we're gonna have our little thing. But I gotta cover this up because I don't want it to be white. I didn't go through all of this to have a white inside cover. So let me see what I can find really, really quickly that will help me to do the trick. Good idea is to do it with double-sided paper, then you won't have to do this. So I'm just gonna use some of this Stress by Tim Holtz worn lipstick. And I'm doing the whole thing, including the backing, only because I don't want it to show as white. So and I'll embellish this further once I have it all mounted up. And I thought the hardest part of my day was going to be actually gluing the teacups together. Well, it was going to take me the shortest amount of time, I should say. It was going to be gluing the teacups together. And I'm like, I'll just spend the rest of the time embellishing. And here I am, starting the whole project from scratch. Okay, so got my handles going. And might as well do the edges. We already have them out. All right. Improvising, you guys. Improvising on the fly. Hello, have at it. And so, well, maybe now at least I'll get to use my little top hats that I made. So we'll see. We'll see. So I got my folds, and I'm just gonna add the glue on the smallest fold, and then just kind of overlap them like so, making sure that this kind of ends up right on the seam there. So right on the seam. And so we have our little backing now for the actual teacup. This part can go towards the bottom so nobody sees that. And then you have the top. Then you have the top right there. What did I do with my little sponge in my bit? There we go. And now just add a little drop right here of glue and pinch these together. Maybe add another little drop of glue right there and pinch these together. And here we have a little handle. So the same with the bottom. Add another little drop of glue right here and just kind of pinch them together. And I forgot to distress the inside parts, so I'm gonna do that with the same color, the worn lipstick. It's the only pink that I have. And it's not water I mean, it's not you know, it's not resistant like that, so just be aware of fluids and stuff if you're using this kind, unless you're looking for that effect specifically. So there we go. So now let's find the shortest side, which is this side right here. This is the smallest side. Let me put my little glass mat back up for now. Let's grab the little cup. Again, this part which is folded is gonna face down. So we're just going to do this. I made my handle just a little bit too large, but that's okay. I'm gonna flatten it out. Once I glue it onto, I'm not gluing it onto anything actually. I'm gonna flatten it out now. This is not getting glued onto nothing. On the inside of this, you can add some beads, which is probably what I'm gonna do to cover that up. You can add anything that you want right here to cover up that seam. Unless you have a flush seam, then you don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna put something there, but in the meanwhile, just because, I'm gonna glue this down right there. Where's my little finger thing? Oh man, I gotta risk an injury for the sake of art. There we go. Just glue that there. I'm doing good. Hello, Vanessa. So we have our little paper cup. And again, you guys, this is completely winged. So dimensions, as far as dimensions, is not really there. I hand drew the thing, but it does the job for now. Doily situation happening here. So I'm going to cut this shape so that I can figure out what paper I'm going to use. I might go ahead and just use the same paper. So I still have my other teacup drying, which is the actual teacup. So I have that kind of drying over there on the side. I haven't checked on it, you guys. I hope it's not in two pieces. I hope it's still holding. And again, this is another kind of wonky shape, somewhat doily-ish, but not necessarily a doily. So I am having one of those wonky days today. And this is why you guys haven't been seeing too much of me with the live stream, because I didn't know what to do. I was so lost. This might be too much. Let's see. I'm looking for a paper that I can use that'll go with this paper, but I don't want both papers to be the same, I don't think, because it's just too much. I think this one will work well. And actually, I might be able to go ahead and fuzzy cut these flowers out and then use the other paper for the doily and then just kind of glue some of these flowers on and around it. What do you guys think? So let's see. Let's see if this will work. So this shouldn't take me too long because it's a very should be like a very easy piece to go ahead and fuzzy cut. There's not too much intricacy. It's just a lot of up and down and curving. Shouldn't be too hard. And I can't keep fiddling with that. So Let me just made it smaller so that it's easier to kind of manage. And unfortunately, I didn't think I was going to be doing a paper version, so I didn't have nothing ready, which I should have had a backup plan, because I knew that there was a chance that this was going to be an epic fail, trying to glue it all on live stream. I knew this beforehand. So I should have had a contingency plan and just created a little backup. But this is going to be your first floating mug, you guys. First floating mug, completely out of paper. All right, so this is about done. Oh, I just heard something flop over there. Let me check. When it's not Havana, it's Savannah. The fork has lifted off of the plate, but that's the least of my worries. I think I could get the fork on the plate a lot easier than I could have gotten the cup on the fork. So I put a big bottle of glue on it, and I think it couldn't resist. It couldn't hold up the weight, but that's fine. If that's the least of my worries, I'm doing okay. So I'm gonna flip this over and get this doily situation going. I'm also going to back this up with even heavier with chipboard. Let me see if I can find. Yes. I'll glue these pieces of chipboard at the ends. I'll put it under the saucer just to give it a little bit of weight. I'm gonna try to give this a little bit of shape, if you will, but I'll do that after, kind of like when you do the flowers. I'm gonna try to see if I can give it some shape, see if that'll work for me. So I'm just using this to kind of roughly give it a rough estimate. This is gonna be one big saucer because we have one big cup, so we'll see how that kind of works out. Thank you, darling. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. So this is a kind of like a pale pink, the paper on the other side. So with that and the flowers that I'm going to be gluing on it, that should give me a good, kind of contrast between some of this. Between some of this and see. I'm running out of room of where to put stuff. So we're gonna have this kind of like so. So we'll see. So this is more or less what it is. And I'm gonna see if I can glue on some pieces. So let's see. Let's see how we do this. And I'm gonna obviously round off whatever I need to be to round off on here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I know. It popped off. I heard it. I heard it. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. That's more work. More work. So let's see. Let's see if this is gonna work. Just trying to darken up some of this by adding some of that pink right back into it. And I'm gonna glue this on somehow, some way. Let's see. The shape of this thing is bothering me. So if I'm gonna have it wonky, I don't mind it being wonky, but it's gotta at least be wonky with a purpose. All right. Not much of a difference, but some of a difference. Hi, Teresa. So, darling, I was trying to do the floating teacup with an actual teacup. Boy, oh boy, what an epic fail that was. What an epic fail that was. I think I'm going to go into it with a little bit of a vintage color. This is Versamark, and the color is Sierra something. Sierra Mist? Sierra Vista. Let's see. We're going to have to do with this one. So I'm going to go into this with like a little bit of a brown. The pink was just not doing it for me. I'll do the same. My glue is dripping. I overflowed it. I overfilled it. Because I wanted to use the bottle for something, the other bottle that it came in for something else. So now my glue bottle is literally drooling, you guys. It's literally drooling. It's so happy to be here. It can't contain itself. My dirty little rag over here. Okay, so once I get the rest of it, then I'll add more of this color around the edges. I think it kind of matches the coppery kind of color that we have going on over here. So I'm gonna grab this. I'm pretty much just worrying about the top because that's most of what's gonna show. The rest of it I'm gonna be cutting off, and I'm gonna work off of these weird little areas here. And let's make sure that it's well glued. And I think I'm gonna pick a little spot on the other side. Right? I think that'll be the right thing to do. Well, I'm making a cup and saucer now. This is the cup as a mug. It's a mug. Things don't always plan out like you want. They don't always work out like you plan. That's for sure. So now I'm gonna add this little piece right here. Let me see. Right here. Right here, that'll work. And then I'm going to trim off all this excess. And I hope this works out. I've done worse things that come out okay. So I'm crossing my fingers, literally, on this one. But I'm starting to wonder if this will be one of those rare times where things just, no matter what you do, girl, no matter what you do. All right, so I'm going to be gluing on some of these as well. Let me go ahead and just trim off these little excess pieces right here. And do the same with the other side and get some of those pieces. I hope that I am in frame. Yes. Yes, me too, Teresa. Me too. That's for sure. I still have the other teacup and saucer on the other side of the room on a table, kind of drying. I got some heavy objects on it. and we'll see what happens with that. But maybe I can do that. Add just a tiniest little piece. No, that won't work. That won't work because it's going to be off by one. I can get one in, but I won't be able to get the other. So I'll just leave them side by side for now. I'll just leave it side by side for now. And what I will do is get some of this Sierra color kind of going. I don't want it to be too dark, but I do want there to be some kind of edging happening here. Now, I am going to try to give this thing some level of dimension as far as shape is concerned. I'm going to try. So I'm going to bring out the foam mats, you guys, and see if I can achieve what I am trying to achieve. Let's put that there. Cross your fingers, you guys, because this can make it or break it. So I got my little rounded tool here. I have a lot of stuff going on in my thing right now. It's doing something. It's folding up like a taco. So I'm pretty much doing what I would do to a flower. Is working on one side, working on the other, and then focus on the edges. So that's kind of what I'm doing to kind of give it somewhat of a curved kind of look. Oh, really? I know. Notifications, unfortunately, are not the most reliable sometimes. I don't know why. But unfortunately, they are not. They are not. This is definitely a lot of elbow grease. And just kind of pushing out into the edges. Getting that paper to pretty much some of those fibers to get nice and loose. And this tool is something that I made with a bead and a broken paintbrush. Almost lost my train of thought there for a second. So we're almost there. And it's gonna have a little bit of texture on the edges, but I don't mind texture. I can always add lace or something else to this. The parts that have the double layer on are definitely going to be a little bit harder to get together. For this, I'm only gonna take, I think, just gonna cut out somewhat of a circle, as wide enough as I can get it. And as round as I can possibly make it. It's a complete eyeballing situation here. And I just wanted to have somewhere to rest and sit on, because paper is very frail, you guys. Hands are full of glue. I love working with glue, but the one thing I hate is having glue on my fingers. Oh. Wow, really? That's so messed up. That's so messed up. How do they expect the channel to thrive if people are not getting their notifications? YouTube. So, this is going to be the interesting part here. And I'm going to go ahead and, let's see what I find that I can kind of something like this. Like so. It's going to be really far. I would have liked for it to have been a little bit closer. Let's see. How should I do this? Maybe like offset it like this. And put it somewhere like that. So let's see it. Let's try it, you guys. Let's try it. Let's try it, you guys. Where's my little finger dauber? Yes. I totally agree. I totally agree. Okay, so I got my plate with my fork on it. The bottom has this on it. You know what you could probably use, but I don't have any. If you want to get your sausage to have more shape, cupcake liners. Or you can even make your plate in two pieces by cutting out the brim first and then cutting out the base, and then you can kind of cup it and make your own shape, and then create, the rest of it. So let's see. I was doing so good with keeping timing on point, but that literally went out the window. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my glue right there. And what I'm gonna do to weigh this down, because this plate in the bottom is gonna need to be weighed down. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're gonna have to weigh this plate down. I just hope that this thing will hold. This thing will hold. So right now, just kind of gluing it all in and making like little glue bridges, hoping that'll contain it. Where's my glue? There it is. Hoping that this will contain it for me. For the love of art, the sacrifices that we must make. Okay, ow, ow, ow. Finger dauber. Finger dauber. Let's see. Where's my other one? oh, where did my little pink thing go? So let's see. What did I do with it? The bottom. I don't know. Yours came out super awesome, Teresa. And I tried to copy. And mine didn't work out so well. I feel so sad. But I've left the setting and the plate popped off. So I gotta glue the plate back on. So we'll see. I'm hoping that because it's paper and there's not so much weight on the cup and so on and so forth, that it'll be better. I mean, you could even use an actual fork to do something like this. Instead of a plastic fork, you don't have to use a plastic fork. That's just because that's what I had available. You can use a fork, a spoon, whatever you have. As long as it'll glue to the paper, you should be good to go. I'm just trying to let this glue kind of dry. And I don't know if it's a gravity thing or what. But it's trying to do the same exact thing to me as it did before. So I think it's gravity more than it is anything else. I think it's literally fighting against gravity. So I'm going to hold this for a few more seconds. See this? I might actually be able to clip while I try to, yeah. This one you can actually clip. So I'm going to clip that and I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Let me get my box, my bottle of not my bottle. I have a can with a whole bunch of little gems and stuff that I think will help weigh this thing down. And then once I see that it's actually glued in place, then I'll start adding some of the other stuff. I'm gonna add the trim. Once that dries and sets, I'm gonna add the trim. Don't mind my little tin of junk, you guys. I'm gonna need that for later. You just end up finding stuff everywhere you look. You just end up finding things. I'm looking for a bag. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. Of little gold rocks. And I'm gonna glue these in. I think that'll help to create some of that weight right along that centerpiece that I'm gonna need. And I'm gonna leave this can by the side just in case I need to go in there shopping for some other stuff. I know I'm trying to get my shabby chic, you know, because we're doing this hop. And as you know, we're gonna be doing all kinds of different shabby projects and stuff. So I'm setting up a wall or a section where, you know, I have my whole little shabby situation, that everything that we create, you know, that I create anyways, I'm gonna be putting for display there. So I definitely wanted to get this floating teacup thing going. But what I'm gonna do is this. If this works and it works well, then I think I'm gonna end up giving it away, because I know for a fact I'm gonna get that other thing to work. If it's the last thing I do, I will literally have restless, sleepless nights until I get that thing to work. So, because I love that cup and teacup, I love that whole set. So I'll probably end up giving, if not this one away, then I'll do one now that I know how to go about it and I've learned from this experience. I'll definitely do one, and I'll do like a little giveaway. And if you guys was here, the good thing about this situation now with the video chat is that now I can verify who was actually talking and communicating and doing all of that in the live chat. So I can actually do that, and whoever was here is gonna get an extra, you know, it's gonna be like a little flash giveaway. Just something to say thank you so much for supporting me, especially like during my live streams and stuff. Completely separate from my Lace 2K challenge. But just something to say thank you, you know, and for your continued support. And I'll do a nice one, you know, and I'll give it away. I think it'll be light to ship, and it won't be too, you know, crazy. And I'll definitely make the cup a little bit more, you know, origamically correct and everything else to go along with it. But yes. Voila! We have the floating mug. Yay! Success! 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 Okay, so now that I have that, I'm still gonna end up using some of the stuff that I have pulled out for the other one. The first thing I want to do is cover up this fork, because come on, you guys. Who wants a fork? A plastic fork showing. So I'm gonna add some of this trim, and I'm gonna extend it out so that I have you know, a nice little bed. And I'm gonna put 2 rows, so I'm gonna make it like bilateral. And I'm just gonna measure out more or less how much of this I'm gonna need. And snip, snip should do the trick. And we're gonna add that on. And now let's get the crafting, you guys. Yeah, buddy. Yes, woohoo! Finally, a sigh of relief. So the first thing I'm gonna do is glue these pieces on, and then once I set the pieces on, then I'll start putting this down so that I can really start working into the cup. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue these in to cover up all of this horrendous glue that I have going on over here. And I'm gonna glue it on both sides of the fork, just so that I have a nice coverage. And hopefully you guys can see what I am doing. And voila. I'm just gonna move it over a little bit. Oh, I think this is gonna look so pretty. Yes, yes, yes. MacGyver came into the rescue. All right, so now we're gonna add the other side. Oh, come on. And I'm just gonna overlap these at the beginning and then kind of start to open it up as we go. Yes. Totally cute so far. Totally, totally cute. Totally doobly, you guys. Yes. It wasn't the plan, but it's doing the job. So hopefully you guys can see that. Now let's start adding some of these little rocks, these little gems. And these are thrifty store finds right here. Paid $1 for this cute little bag, but I know that Dollar Tree has them and you can paint them. What you gotta do is paint the bottom a certain color and they're clear, they'll show through the top. So I'm gonna grab a couple of these and some marbles and just grab a whole bunch of stuff here and start kind of overlaying it all on here. And I'm gonna start right on the top of the fork because that's where we're gonna need the most support. So I'm just gonna make a bed of all of these little rocks. And I'm gonna pin them down so that they get stuck on the paper, the lace, the fork, everything in its mother. Everything in its mother under the sun. So let's go. Okay, so adding this. And the color on this teacup is kind of copper-ish, unless my eyes are deceiving me, but it's okay. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. My goal is to get this so that it doesn't topple over. And for that, we are going to need to add some heavy weights to this thing. So this is gonna be your first floating paper cup mug. Paper cup mug. And you could definitely do the teacup. And I do have dimensions for, I think it was, if it's not this teacup, it's one that's slightly a little bit bigger than that, which will be definitely cute. And I think I deleted the other video because I had some issues with my laptop. And I had a tutorial for, I think it was a bigger one that I made. But I'll just have to figure out those dimensions again. I think I have it written down somewhere. I just have to find the paper where I wrote it. All right, you guys, it's staying. It's staying. It's staying put. Thank you. It's staying put, you guys. We're starting to get a waterfall. So right now, this is just to layer it down, you know, to get it all kind of working there. I'm not necessarily looking for any specific shape because I am going to be covering most of this, most likely. I am going to be covering most of this with some other stuff. I'm going to be gluing on some flowers and just really, really having fun with this whole thing. Let's get some little ones here and there. Let's get some little round ones. Here and there. And this is all in the building fun. Some other ones. And now it's got weight to it, you guys. A lot of little glue hairs to clean up, but yes, it's staying put, Jimmy. It's staying put. Yes, yes, yes. Just want to get across. So we're gonna do this, and I think this has a nice amount of weight to it. If I need to add more, I can always add more. Let's see. Okay, so let's get some flowers. Let's start getting some stuff together. Let me get some of these scraps out of my way. And let me pull out my little box of resources. Thank you. And I know you guys can really, let me see if I can get this camera angle out better for you guys. Is that better? I know you guys are seeing like my hot mess situation going on over here, but I've been working on a lot of projects. We have a hop coming on, so I have everything literally all around me at all times because I've been diligently working on a few crafts, a few projects. Ow! Me quemé. I burned myself. I burned myself. All right, so I have some cameos, some little clay pieces that I'm probably going to paint if I need to paint. I'm just going to start putting things around me so that I can start pulling out of the lot and start gluing things as I need. And seeing what's going to go where, what works and what does not. So probably going to add some of those little flat pieces along the brim and in other areas of that. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff going on in this little box, you guys. Let's see. This would be awesome if it actually works, but I'm going to put it in there anyway and see what happens. It's a little clock piece. And let's just hope it stays. Yay! Yes, I have all kinds of little knickknacks and paddywhacks and give a dog a bone stuff in here. I have all kinds of little trinkets. All kinds of little trinkets. Let's see. Let's add a little bit of this little pink trim going down and seeing where things kind of fall. And seeing where things kind of fall. There goes my little finger daubers. I've been burned 5 times since I lost. Oh, oh, Dios mío, help us, help us. Okay, let's see what else I have in my little box of fun. Some little butterflies. Oh, that will look very, very cool, but maybe not so much on this one. Shoo. Let's add some buttons. I have some little rosettes that I made. Right now, I'm just kind of putting stuff in no particular order. This is gonna have a whole bunch of craziness going on because that's just how I roll. It's okay. Thank you. You gotta have a sense of humor in life because for some reason lemons just keep falling out the sky. And you just never know what you're gonna get. So you cannot find the joy in the small things. Girl, it's gonna be a long ride. It's gonna be a long, long ride. All right, so I got that going. Let's see. Ooh, a cute little something right there. I'm gonna add this little thing right here, and we'll see what else we put on that. Little something, a little something right there. Maybe a cute little butterfly. No me gusta. So let's see. All right, so let me darken up these edges, and pretty much I just cut a circle, spiraled it around. A lot of you guys know more or less how to do these things. I also made this paper rose, which I think I'm gonna include. I'm gonna add it in here somewhere. I just think, even though it's giganormous, I think it'll do something for this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll leave you on the side for now. You on the corner, but maybe we'll have some use for you just yet. So pretty much just darkening up some of the edges, just kind of running the marker around there. Not really worried about perfection or non-perfection because, you know, who doesn't have a flaw here and there, right? So here we go. I just try to put the ugly parts down so you don't see them. We gotta hide the uglies. All right, so hello, everybody. Hello. And so let's go ahead and add some of these little rosettes and cover up some of these little glue holes that I have here. And maybe that wasn't the place to put that. Let's stick it right there. Let's kind of put that there. I should have glued them as I placed them, but now I forgot. But that's okay. We've been improvising since I started today. So what's a little bit more gonna do to you? Let's see. What else? What else is loose around here? So we have the little clock piece so far. And I think some of these are a little big. This right here, this right here. Let's see. We need more. Let's add a few buttons here and there. A few buttons. Come on, buttons. Stay for me now. There we go. Let's add a few little buttons here and there. Yes, we're always multitasking. I'm gonna tuck. And I like dimension. I like height in projects. So I'm trying to stick things that they somehow stand up. So that you can see them, you know, even in between the crowd and be like, ooh, what's that? That's fancy. Oh, you're getting fancy. I like this little glimmery flower right about here. You're getting fancy on me, Carmen. You're getting fancy. All right, so, dun, 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 dun. What else is next? What else do I have? What else do I have? I need to put other stuff in here, you guys. This is not going to cut it for me. What's this? Ooh, trinkets. Does this or does this not look like a grenade? I do not want to blow my flower up. I'm not trying to send that message. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of these little trinkets here and there. Create a little bit of what the heck is going on over here type of a situation. And where's my little finger thing? There we go. Push those in there. Okay, I'm just going to leave you on because it's becoming a pain to come on and off. And these are just little odds and ends and just stuff that I tend to group together whenever I'm done with projects, because sometimes my brain gets so overworked that I forget where things go. So just adding some of these very weird, kind of like, what the heck are you doing here type little pieces. Yes, darling. Yes, I got it, my friend. I got it. So you see, very Mad Hatter-ish. Little steampunk. Just a little dash, like salt and pepper. Little dash of steampunk. Let's add a little bit more right around here. Come on, glue. Stay. Stay where you belong. So let's see. And then I want to add some Hassan pepper, which I think is salt and pepper. I'm not sure, but I remember Bugs Bunny used to say that a lot. Not Bugs Bunny. Who was it? Elmer Fudd. Always wanted to make bugs into some kind of stew. And the ingredients always called for Hassan pepper. So we're going to sprinkle a little bit of Hassan pepper, which is a little bit of glitter, a little bit of shine, a little bit. And to do that, I'm going to beckon the assistance of my little drooling glue here. And I'm just going to add in different little spaces. And then what had happened was that we're going to use a spoon, you guys, and we're going to get some glitter out here. And we're going to spoon some glitter out here. If I can find my spoon, you guys. If I can find my spoon, you guys. Spoon, or where are you? Are you hiding from me, darling? Come on, man. I got you dressed up and ready, all VIP, front and center. Here you go. I found you. So I'm just gonna a little bit of hot and pepper over here, a little bit of hot and pepper over there, a little bit, right there, right there, right there. And this glue will dry clear. And I do want to add some drippy right around here, right all over my little clock. Around my clock area. That doesn't work because the battery died like ages ago. And so now you guys, we're going to go ahead and add a little sprinkle right over here and right over there and get it just right. I forgot a little bit over here. And I forgot a little bit over there, and a lot over here, and a little bit over there, and a lot over there, and a little bit over here, and a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit over here, everywhere. Okay. Maybe that's a little bit too much, but I'll be able to shake off the excess later. In the meanwhile, back in Funkatown, we need to do some more things with the back of that clock because they're looking kind of crazy. And I'm just gonna stick this little thing that I made the other day right here. And I think we're almost there. Almost. I still have some other pieces here that I'm gonna definitely be using. But thank you. I so appreciate it. I'm still soaring through the sky there with my caffeinated situation. But to give you guys a quick little glimpse, I still have to add things that are kind of coming out of the inside of the cup per se. So far we have a pool, but we need the waterfall, right? We need the coming down, right? That's what but I'm gonna rescue the rest of that glitter as much as I possibly can right now. Thank you. Usually I'm a much cleaner crafter, but mess. Back into its little thing. And this is glitter by Deco Art. It's called Ice Crystal, and it is absolutely my favorite fine glitter because it just shines beautifully. Looks just like snow glistening in the light. And I absolutely love it. Love it. Okay, so what else is next, you guys? Let's see. Okay, so we have this so far. And I might actually make a little base for it in the bottom so that it's kind of standing so that the saucer and the cup both look like they're floating. Wouldn't that be cool? Yes. So I might make like a little tube or something that I can kind of put it in the bottom somewhere where it's got the gravity in the center so it holds it well, but at the same time gives me the remaining appearance of the whole situation is just floating. Unless you're looking at it from the bottom, then the illusion is lost. But we must try. Okay, so let me go ahead and paint these pieces a little bit more goldish. Hi, Donna. Yes. I'm loving it too. For my very first one, so far, so good. And I had talked about doing this before with Janet, but I never quite around got to it because in my mind, I'm stuck on, I need the teacup, I need the saucer. I got to make it out of the teacup and the saucer. So even though I said, you know what, it would be cool to do it out of paper, I never really thought I was going to be actually doing it. But I'm so super happy that I did. Okay, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the delay. I am looking for my gold paint so that I can add some gold into this. Found it. Yay. Yay. Small things coming together. Make the world go round. All right. So let me get myself a little brooch. Let me get myself a little brooch right here. Just to kind of zip and zap here and there, here and there. Yes. Completely from paper. Paper in the bottom, paper in the top, paper everywhere. Paper everywhere. Paper. Sing it with me now. Paper everywhere. That should be like a crafter meme right there. Paper everywhere. Paper everywhere. All right, so just kind of adding some little golds here and there wherever I missed a spot before, because sometimes I do like the rustic look, and I actually strive for imperfection, just because I like the the way that it looks. But every now and then you just need a little bit more, and so seeming that this is one of those moments, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Add a little bit more. A little bit more. And I'm gonna grab some of these little cherry blossoms and do the same thing. And just add a little bit of gold. I'm not gonna go for too much gold, but definitely a little bit of gold here and there. I still want some of that pink to kind of show through. Oh, I have one. It's gluing right now, Tanya. I have one. That's how I started the show today. Was actually trying to glue my teacup and saucer. But you all know that I'm one of those people that I can have an idea, but I never plan for it. And so that's kind of what happened today. I had an idea, didn't plan for it. I should have glued it first before coming over here trying to show somebody something that I didn't even know how to do myself. Hello. And so, yes, that's what happened. That's what happened today. So I actually have it there. It's drying. I put E6000 and glue and everything under the kitchen sink that I could find to hold that thing together. So we'll see how that works out. I'm looking for, I think I'll do these white ones. I have a dress form that I want to add in here. So just adding some of the golds on here. Just a few gold pieces because I have a lot of pink going on. And I'm looking for something that I want to add somewhere, but I don't know where. So this dries really quick, so it won't be an issue to use it right away. Yes, so that'll definitely be a project for another day, you guys, because, you know, I'm one of those people that I'll lose sleep. I will literally lose sleep trying to figure that thing out. Like, what happened? What did I go wrong? I'll do a psychoanalysis on why the teacup did not glue to the fork. And pretty much I'll end up working it until I get it, because I don't give up. All right, so I did that. I got a few pieces in golds. I'm gonna get a few more of those little white roses. I could cover those in golds a little bit just to give it a little bit of variation. And this was like the best $10 haul ever. And I got all those cute little foam flowers. And I'm actually looking for, I have a dress form that I believe I took out. And I can't seem to find it. What did I do with you? Where did you go? My lovely, where did you go? I want to know. I don't know where I put it. I don't know where I put it. Good night. Thanks for hanging out for a while. Good night. And so, let's do these little flowers. And just add a little bit of gold here and there to the tops of my roses. Just to give it a little bit of color so they don't look so drab and so pale and so white. And I'm going to use some of these to actually start making them kind of fall from the sky. I mean, not from the sky, from the inside of the cup, which I guess is the sky to them, but yes. And dun, 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 just kind of roughly brushing here and there. The key is to get gold wherever you get gold. It doesn't matter. As long as it's all there, it looks like if it's meant to be. And so, let's see. Where's that dress from that I just popped out? It's orange, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's too much. So, let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna need this glue stick close by. Thank you. I try. I'm like a mad scientist, you guys. This is like how art is to me. It's like science. It's like throw a little bit of this, throw a little bit of that, and just boom, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, so. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I am going to, first of all, add glue. Apply directly to the forehead. You guys remember that commercial? Oh man. I'm gonna add this little capuchon, whatever, cameo, whatever you call this thing. I'm gonna add it right here on the side. And definitely, now that I know how I could do this from paper, I'm gonna gather some things and I'm gonna make a really, really cool one. And I'm gonna come back to this video and I'm gonna write down everybody's name that was here and everybody that was talking and keeping the stream alive. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a giveaway for it. And I'm gonna wrap it up real nice, like, and I'm gonna ship it off to your house. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but starting to add the inside roses. The inside roses from the teacup. And doo -doo -doo -doo. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. Now my bottom is not finished, but I'm not worried about that because what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put like tissue paper or something pretty back there or some kind of fabric or something. And I'm gonna, maybe I'll put some of this, what the heck is this called? Some of tulle. I'll stuff some tulle back there and kind of like glue it in, sprinkle some glitter in it or something and add some glue in it and cover that up. Yes, sir. We're going to get this going. We're going to get this going. Where's my finger protector? I need you. Where's my other one? And one in the front, one in the back. Scissorize it. Scissorize it. I cracked myself up, you guys. And you probably won't believe this, but I'm literally like this all the time. I'm literally like this all the time. Drive my kids crazy. They don't know what to do with me sometimes. I know, my love. I know, darling. I'll still add you anyway. Just like The Rock said, it doesn't matter what you say. How is it that he goes? He says something like that, right? He says something like that. Thank you, thank you. Come on, girl. You know you're my best friend. I gotta add you in there. This has to be by far, I think, the wildest thing I've created because I made it with paper and a plastic fork, you guys. Come on now. Come on now. If that doesn't deserve a thumbs up, I don't know what does. If that does not deserve a thumbs up, I don't know what does. And here go the Beastie Boys beat. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to figure out what else I can add and where I can add it. And I think I'm running out of options, you guys. I think I'm running out of space. That's even possible. I don't want to just throw stuff in there just to throw stuff in there. It's got to make some level of sense. Let's see. Right here. Ay, Dios mío, Janet. This is why I gotta love it. I'm trying to get the best angle. I'm out of frame completely. Hopefully the colors do it justice, but it almost looks like a little town of mushrooms. Yes. Oh man. My little village. I like the clock piece. It looks cute, but I need something on that clock piece because it looks like Batman. It looks like Batman in a silver suit. And we all know him do silver. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think I'm gonna add maybe some butterflies. Ooh, some butterflies. Some butterflies. Yeah, man. Some butterflies. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So again with the gold, you guys, because you know who doesn't like gold? What's crazy? I love to paint with gold, but I won't wear a piece of gold jewelry because I don't like gold as a jewelry. I like silver myself. I'll take a silver bracelet. $9.25 is fine with me over a 14-karat gold. You want to give me that 14-karat gold? Put it in the bank. Let me get that bracelet so I can wear it on my wrist. All right, so we're going to put that there. All right, so if it's going to have ears, it might as well have butterflies on them, right? Right? Am I right? So let's see. A little bit of gold here and there. Little fine dusting here and there. And this butterfly is ready. And I actually don't like the butterfly, to be honest with you. I don't like two. I like one. I painted it. Maybe I put it somewhere else. Yeah, I put it somewhere else. I found the perfect spots for it right here. Bye, Teresa. Thanks for hanging out. And we're almost done, you guys. I won't be holding you up too much longer. I'm just gonna find myself a little piece of something here to kind of decorate this little clock, and then we are about done. Yes, sir. I just feel like it looks weird with the little hook. A little hook on the side. Like, what is the purpose for the hook? Hook, what are you doing there? Go away, hook. You do not belong there. So, I need to find myself a little something. A little something that I can just glue on right there. Glue on right there. And there was a girl once upon a time that I wanted to put into my other one. But what had happened is I don't know where I put her at. Where are you, little girl? I have such a cleanup to do. And I made these little top hats. Ooh. Oh, man. Butterfly, go away. Go away, butterfly. Butterfly, you gotta go. You gotta go, butterfly. Because mama gonna put a top hat on that clock. Yes, mama is. I'm gonna put a top hat on that clock. Because that's just how we roll. And that'll help me right there to kind of cover up the other hook. So, I am going to distress the hat. I'm going to distress the hat. Add some sprinkling on the hat. And then we're going to put the hat on the clock. And then that'll be it for me tonight. Then I will let you guys go. Right? Super cute. Little finger hat. I made 3 of them. But I'm going to use the pink one. Right? Use the pink one. Yeah, because the pink one's double-sided. That one isn't. And I made this little blue one. The blue one will look cute. But I'm going to use the pink instead. And I need... So, let me just distress it. Yes, I made the little hats. I know, because that's what I wanted to put on the other one. So I made the little top hats early. See that? I had to. I know whoever watches this video back is gonna be like, this girl is on something. She's crazy. Like, what the heck is going on? She keeps cracking up by herself. Yeah, what happened is that I should have been gluing that, but instead I was making this. So just gonna kind of tap it in, tap a little bit of color into that. So this kind of has some texture on it. It'll kind of give it a little grunge kind of look. And literally, you guys, it's just the coffee. The coffee be having me amped up. I don't know why. And then later I'll be crashing like crazy. Although I have the venti, that's what they call it. They call it a venti. I had a venti. I had the big cup. I think it was probably 24. I don't even think it was 20. It was probably 24 ounces. It probably had 24 ounces of coffee, you guys. Oh my God. That's probably why I'm still wired. Top hat tutorial. Okay, you guys. Okay. I'd love to show you guys how I do it. How I does it. So pretty much just curling up these edges just a little bit of shape. And obviously the seam, I'm going to put it to the back because who cares about the seam? And then this is going to go there. But I do want to add something on here. So what do I want to add though? What do I want to add? A little flower? Maybe a little rose? Maybe a little rose? Carmen, is that what you want to do? Add a cute little rose to the hat? To make it look all elegant and stuff? Yes. Look how cute with the little rose on the hat. So I'm going to add this cute little rose That's the seam in the back. So I'm gonna add this cute little rose, kind of like right there. Right there. And what else? What else? What else? Maybe some of these tiny little beads. Okay. And it still fell. Right? But with me, I have a very weird relationship with coffee because my coffee, for some reason, no matter how strong I drink it, is very slow release. Like, I don't get that burst of energy. How a person gets it right away, that don't work with me. I will literally be that one person that, let me glue this on first, I think, and then, no, I'm gonna, let's see. I will literally be like hours later, and then out of nowhere, I'm like Speedy Gonzalez all over the damn place, talking at 100 miles an hour. And I'm Dominican, you guys. So I naturally speak fast as it is when I speak Spanish or English or anything else. So when I have coffee in me, I literally go crazy. Okay, so we have some little cute pearls here. I'm going to add a little one right here. I'm trying not to get too much glue into that little spot. I just want to literally just be able to, oh, come on. Come on, little bead. Don't play with me now. So, yes. I hate glue strings. I know, I don't know how some of you guys do it. Like, you could drink coffee, 15 cups of coffee a day, and it's like nothing. It's like water. I even look at a cup after I've drank my first cup, and I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm ready to just, like, lose my mind altogether. Okay. All right, so let's see. I feel like it's missing something else, though. But in the meanwhile, where's my glitter? I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of my glitter. Where's my spoon? Come on, spoon. I just had you. I'm going to have such a mess to clean up later, you guys. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and these hoops. I wanted to add these hoops. Butterfly, don't take a sprinkle back. Oh, man. Wait, you guys. Wait. Oh, my God. How can I almost forget this? How can I open this? Can it even be done? Open sesame. Super cute. Okay, stuff is falling off all over the place. Let's see. I was literally in the middle of sprinkles. Now I'm somewhere else completely. Yeah, Pepsi I could drink, not a problem. Pepsi don't really give me that much of a reaction. But coffee, on the other hand, and I drink decaf, which is the best part of it all, you guys. I literally drink decaf because of the way that it hits me, the way the energy hits me. I drink decaf because I'll just be losing my mind, ready to climb up walls and stuff and do all kinds of weird stuff. Okay, this is odd. They're interlocked, so I did all that for nothing. Ah, shh. Okay, that's not gonna work. They're interlocked with each other because Houdini put it together, and now I can't use it. So, back to my original plan of adding a little bit of glue. And mainly I'm doing this because I need to cover up some of those little glue spots. And so, here we go. Yes, they're looped together. Oh my goodness. This would have looked the bomb. Circus Olay style going on over here. Now I can't even do it. I can't use it. That's so sad, you guys. That's so sad. I'm literally gonna shed a tear. Here's my spoon. I'm like, where's my spoon? It's like right in my face. Okay, so a little bit of glue, a little bit of ice crystals, and just a little something, 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 you guys. A little something, something. Yeah. And that'll work. And that'll be it for me. And so, I should have put the glue on the back side. Hello. I hate glue hairs. And I'm just gonna hold this down for a few so it will stay in place. But this is gonna look so, so cool. I know, I'm so like, oh my goodness, did you just do that? Did you just do it? Like, really? Oh my God, I can't believe you. I see it and I can't believe it. Yay, it stayed. All right, all right. Oh my God, I feel so proud of this moment. My achievement with this paper thing, and oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And this thing came out the bomb. Look at this. Like, oh, I'm gonna take pictures of this thing in all shades and all sides so that you guys can check it out. But it's gonna be on my Instagram. So if you definitely want to get the close up, follow me at Design Elemental on my Instagram. Because unfortunately I have an overhead camera which is hanging right over the top. And the angles are not always the best because it's stuck where I have it. I can't move it around and put it in different angles. So I can try. Oh, there goes the piece that fell. I'm still missing something for this right here. But yeah. I can't believe it. I think I'm gonna go with the little gem. Might as well. Ow, ow, ow. I burned my finger. It's a little coffee bean right there. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And I can't believe it's actually holding itself together. The thing doesn't weigh anything. The only thing that I might do is I might go ahead and add some beads or something in here at some point, just to cover up the seam on the inside because I don't like looking at those at the seam. But yes, if you want measurements for how I made this exact cup, size, dimension, and stuff like that, then you're gonna have to replay the video because I'm gonna do the same thing so that I can add the instructions somewhere in the bottom because I think it was 2 3/4 for every 2 inches and 3/4 is how I measured it to make it the shape. And then you're gonna have a little pieces left over, which is pretty much where I attach the handle. So the shape itself is not completely but super, super cute, you guys. Like, oh my goodness. I'm not even showing you guys. Super, 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 super cute. And very dimensional. Loving the top hat. So happy I added that in there. Right onto that clock piece. And everything is just holding itself so nicely. So thank you all so, so, so much. Like I said, I'm going to gather some pieces together and hopefully sometime in the month of April, I will come back and I'll do a flash giveaway. So yes, I'll come back to this video and see who was communicating back and forth, so on and so forth. So I'll give you guys an extra entry for that. And that'll be kind of like a flash thing, nothing to do with my actual Lace 2K challenge, which I'm hosting now. So with that being said, as always, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Thanks so much for participating and communicating. If you